Welcome to Certification Terminal. In this series of video, we are going to discuss couple of CompTIA Ye Plus Core 2 question and answers. Let's dive in. What should you do if you encounter a red folder labeled Classified, Do Not Look while working on a client's PC on-site? Option A, steal the folder and run it back to the red base. Option B, ignore the folder and get to work. Option C, look at the files. Option D, ask the client to remove the folder and then work on the PC. The correct answer is Option D, ask the client to remove the folder and then work on the PC. This option respects the confidentiality and privacy of the client's information. By asking the client to remove the folder, you ensure that you are not accessing or handling any sensitive or classified information without proper authorization. This approach maintains professionalism, client trust, and compliance with legal and ethical standards. Option A, steal the folder and run it back to the red base, is incorrect. This option is highly inappropriate and unethical. Stealing confidential or classified information is illegal and unethical. It violates client trust, breaches confidentiality, and can have serious legal consequences. Option B, ignore the folder and get to work, is incorrect. Ignoring the folder and proceeding with work could lead to potential breaches of confidentiality and privacy. If the folder contains sensitive or classified information, accessing it without proper authorization could result in legal and ethical issues. Option C, look at the files, is incorrect. Looking at the files without authorization is a violation of confidentiality and privacy. If the folder is labeled Classified, Do Not Look, it likely contains sensitive or confidential information that should not be accessed without proper authorization. Unauthorized access to classified information can have serious legal and ethical implications. Next question. After removing the batteries from the UPS units, while cleaning up a warehouse that includes old CRT monitors, what is the technician's next course of action for appropriate disposal? Option A, refer to the manufacturer's specific usage. Option B, conduct an internet search of disposal techniques. Option C, place securely in trash receptacles. Option D, throw the batteries into a nearby river. The correct answer is Option A, refer to the manufacturer's specific usage. Referring to the manufacturer's specific usage instructions for the disposal of UPS batteries ensures compliance with their recommendations, promotes safety and environmental responsibility, and facilitates legal compliance with regulatory requirements. It also supports resource recovery efforts and provides access to manufacturer support services for guidance and assistance with disposal procedures. Next question. To strengthen login security, a company is looking for an MFA solution that leverages TCP. Which option is the most probable choice for them? Option A, Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. Option B, Terminal Access Controller Access Control System Plus. Option C, Kerberos. Option D, Simple Network Management Protocol. The correct answer is Option B, Terminal Access Controller Access Control System Plus. Terminal Access Controller Access Control System Plus is a protocol used for authentication, authorization, and accounting AAA services in network security. It provides centralized control over user access to network resources and supports multi-factor authentication capabilities, making it suitable for strengthening login security. Terminal Access Controller Access Control System Plus operates over Transmission Control Protocol as specified in the question, making it the most probable choice for the company's requirements. Option A, DHCP, Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, is incorrect. DHCP is used for dynamically assigning IP addresses to devices on a network. While DHCP plays a crucial role in network configuration, it is not typically used for multi-factor authentication or login security. Option C, Kerberos, is incorrect. Kerberos is a network authentication protocol that uses tickets to prove the identity of users and services. While Kerberos is widely used for authentication in many environments, it operates primarily over UDP, not TCP. Therefore, it does not align with the requirement specified in the question for a solution leveraging TCP. Option D, SNMP, Simple Network Management Protocol, is incorrect. SNMP is a protocol used for monitoring and managing network devices. While SNMP plays a vital role in network management, it is not designed for multi-factor authentication or login security. Additionally, SNMP operates over UDP, not TCP, making it unsuitable for the company's requirements as specified in the question. Next question. What is the typical file extension for batch files in the Windows operating system? Option A, .cmd. Option B, .exe. Option C, .sh. Option D, .bat. The correct answer is Option D, .bat. The .bat extension is the most typical file extension for batch files in the Windows operating system. Batch files are script files containing a series of commands that are executed sequentially by the command interpreter. The .bat extension signifies that a file is a batch file, and it is widely recognized and used for scripting tasks in Windows. Option A, .cmd, is incorrect. While .cmd is indeed a valid file extension for batch files in Windows, it is not the most typical one. .cmd files are generally associated with Windows NT command script files, which can also be used for batch scripting, but .bat is more commonly used for traditional batch files. Option B, .exe, is incorrect. The .exe extension typically denotes executable files in Windows, but it is not specific to batch files. .exe files are standalone executable programs, whereas batch files are scripts that need to be interpreted by the command interpreter. Therefore, .exe is not the typical file extension for batch files. Option C, .sh, is incorrect. The .sh extension is commonly used for shell scripts in Unix-based systems, such as Linux or macOS. In Windows, batch files are more commonly used for scripting tasks, and the .sh extension is not typically associated with batch files in the Windows operating system. Next question. If a user with administrative privileges on a Windows 10 home computer aims to encrypt their data, which statement is true? Option A, they can use BitLocker to go. Option B, they can use EFS. Option C, they can use BitLocker. Option D, they may be able to use Windows device encryption. The correct answer is Option D, they may be able to use Windows device encryption. Windows 10 introduced device encryption, a feature that leverages hardware encryption capabilities on modern devices to encrypt the entire drive. Option A, they can use BitLocker to go, is incorrect. BitLocker to go is for encrypting external drives, not the entire operating system drive. Windows 10 Home doesn't support it. Option B, they can use EFS, is incorrect. EFS, encrypting file system, was available in older Windows versions, but is not included in Windows 10 Home. It's for encrypting individual files and folders, not the entire drive. Option C, they can use BitLocker, is incorrect. BitLocker drive encryption is a powerful tool, but it's not available in Windows 10 Home. It's a feature reserved for Pro and higher editions. Next question. What is the key advantage of using optical media as a boot method for installing or upgrading an operating system? Option A, high speed and performance. Option B, portability and ease of use. Option C, compatibility with various devices. Option D, large storage capacity. The correct answer is Option C, compatibility with various devices. One of the key advantages of using optical media for booting an operating system is its compatibility with various devices. Most computers and laptops come equipped with optical disk drives, allowing users to boot from CDs or DVDs without the need for additional hardware. This compatibility makes optical media a versatile and widely accessible option for installing or upgrading an operating system on different types of computers. Option A, high speed and performance, is incorrect. Optical media, such as DVDs or CDs, generally do not offer high-speed performance compared to other boot methods, such as solid-state drives or USB flash drives. While optical drives have improved over time, they still tend to be slower in terms of data transfer rates compared to modern storage technologies. Option B, portability and ease of use, is incorrect. While optical media can be portable and easy to use for certain tasks, such as playing movies or music, they may not always be the most convenient option for booting an operating system. Optical discs require a compatible drive, which may not be available on all devices, and they can be prone to physical damage or loss. Therefore, while portability and ease of use are advantages in some scenarios, they may not be the key advantages for booting an operating system. Option D, large storage capacity, is incorrect. While some optical discs, such as Blu-ray discs, can offer large storage capacities, this may not necessarily be the key advantage for using optical media as a boot method for installing or upgrading an operating system. The primary advantage lies in its compatibility with various devices, as mentioned in option C. Additionally, the storage capacity of optical media may not always be needed for booting an operating system, as the size of the OS installation files is typically much smaller than the capacity of modern optical discs. Next question. What commonly leads to CPU overheating? Option A. The CPU is not compatible with the motherboard. Option B. The CPU is not getting enough power. Option C. The CPU fan is not working properly. Option D. The CPU is not properly seated in the socket. The correct answer is Option C. The CPU fan is not working properly. The CPU fan plays a crucial role in dissipating heat generated by the CPU. If the CPU fan is not functioning correctly or has stopped working altogether, the CPU can quickly overheat due to the lack of proper cooling. This is a common issue in desktop computers and laptops, especially if the fan becomes clogged with dust or debris or if the fan motor fails. Option A. The CPU is not compatible with the motherboard is incorrect. While compatibility issues between the CPU and motherboard can lead to various problems, including system instability or failure to boot, it is not a common cause of CPU overheating. Compatibility issues typically result in system incompatibility rather than overheating specifically. Option B. The CPU is not getting enough power is incorrect. Insufficient power supply to the CPU can indeed cause performance issues or system instability, but it is not a common cause of CPU overheating. Overheating usually occurs due to inadequate cooling rather than power supply problems. Option D. The CPU is not properly seated in the socket is incorrect. While improper seating of the CPU in the socket can potentially cause overheating issues, it is not as common as CPU fan malfunctions. Improper seating may result in poor thermal contact between the CPU and the heatsink, leading to inadequate heat dissipation. However, if the CPU is significantly misaligned or not properly installed, the computer may fail to boot or display other obvious symptoms before overheating becomes a significant issue. Therefore, while improper seating is a possible cause of CPU overheating, it is not as commonly observed as CPU fan problems. Next question. What is the probable action that the help desk will take upon suspecting that updates to an on-premises server are responsible for an application outage? Option A. Testing the theory to determine cause to determine the next steps. Option B. Verifying full system functionality after establishing a plan of action. Option C. Documenting the findings, actions, and outcomes. Option D. Implementing preventive measures after verifying system functionality. The correct answer is Option A. Testing the theory to determine cause to determine the next steps. When the help desk suspects that updates to an on-premises server are responsible for an application outage, the probable action is to test this theory by examining the server and its recent updates. This may involve investigating logs, reviewing the update history, or conducting diagnostic tests to isolate the cause of the issue. Once the cause is identified, the help desk can determine the appropriate next steps, such as rolling back the updates or implementing corrective measures. Option B is incorrect. While verifying full system functionality is an essential step in resolving an application outage, it typically occurs after the cause of the issue has been identified and a plan of action has been established. Option B jumps ahead to the verification stage without addressing the initial steps of diagnosing the problem and determining the cause. Option C is incorrect. Documenting findings, actions, and outcomes is indeed a crucial aspect of incident management and IT operations. However, it is not the probable action that the help desk will take immediately upon suspecting that updates to an on-premises server are responsible for an application outage. Documentation typically occurs throughout the troubleshooting and resolution process rather than as the initial response to identifying the cause of the issue. Option D is incorrect. Implementing preventive measures is an important step in preventing future incidents, but it is premature to do so before determining the root cause of the current application outage. Preventive measures are typically implemented as part of the incident resolution process once the immediate issue has been addressed and system functionality has been restored. Next question. What details are crucial to gather and document during software troubleshooting? Option A, passwords for all user accounts. Option B, recent software purchase receipts. Option C, system specifications. Option D, ISP account details. The correct answer is Option C, system specifications. System specifications, including hardware components, operating system version, installed software, and system configurations, are crucial details to gather and document during software troubleshooting. Understanding the system specifications helps troubleshooters identify potential compatibility issues, diagnose performance problems, and determine appropriate solutions. Option A, passwords for all user accounts, is incorrect. While user account passwords are essential for accessing the system and may be required for certain troubleshooting tasks, they are not typically documented during software troubleshooting. Documenting passwords for all user accounts poses significant security risks as it could potentially compromise the security of the system and user accounts. Additionally, passwords are not directly related to software troubleshooting tasks. Option B, recent software purchase receipts, is incorrect. Software purchase receipts are not typically relevant or necessary for software troubleshooting. Troubleshooting focuses on identifying and resolving software-related issues, such as bugs, errors, or performance problems, rather than verifying software purchases. Option D, ISP account details, is incorrect. Internet Service Provider, ISP, account details, such as account usernames and passwords, are typically unrelated to software troubleshooting. While internet connectivity issues may affect software performance, ISP account details are not directly relevant to diagnosing and resolving software-related problems. Next question. Which RAID level is optimal for a new CAD workstation with 4 large hard drives, aiming for both speed and redundancy in storage configuration? Option A, RAID 0. Option B, RAID 1. Option C, RAID 10. Option D, RAID 5. The correct answer is Option C, RAID 10. RAID 10, also known as RAID 1 plus 0, combines the performance benefits of RAID 0 with the redundancy of RAID 1. It involves striping data across mirrored pairs of drives. With 4 drives, RAID 10 would effectively combine striping and mirroring, providing both improved performance and redundancy. This makes RAID 10 an optimal choice for a CAD workstation requiring both speed and redundancy in storage configuration. Option A, RAID 0, is incorrect. RAID 0 striping offers improved performance by distributing data across multiple drives, but it does not provide redundancy. In RAID 0, if one drive fails, all data is lost. Therefore, RAID 0 is not suitable for scenarios where redundancy is a priority. Option B, RAID 1, is incorrect. RAID 1 mirroring provides redundancy by duplicating data across multiple drives, ensuring that if one drive fails, data remains intact on the mirrored drive. However, RAID 1 does not offer the performance benefits of RAID 0. With 4 drives, RAID 1 would only utilize half of the total storage capacity for redundancy, which may not be efficient for a workstation requiring high storage capacity. Therefore, while RAID 1 offers redundancy, it may not be optimal for maximizing speed and storage capacity simultaneously. Option D, RAID 5, is incorrect. RAID 5 offers a balance between performance and redundancy by distributing data and parity information across multiple drives. However, RAID 5 requires a minimum of 3 drives, and with 4 drives, it would provide less redundancy compared to RAID 10. In RAID 5, If one drive fails, the parity information can be used to reconstruct the data, but there is a performance penalty during the rebuild process. Therefore, while RAID 5 offers some redundancy and performance benefits, RAID 10 would provide better redundancy and performance for a CAD workstation with 4 large hard drives. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel if these questions add value to your preparation. We'll meet in the next video. Take care until then.